On my right is the new Dodge Durango with up to 360 horsepower. On my left is one horse with 1 horsepower. It makes you feel pretty dumb, doesn't it? This thing is literally 360 times more powerful than you. Look at you. You're worthless. There you have it. 360 times better than a horse. Staring contest, go. I win.
James Watt, Scottish inventor and mechanical engineer, is considered the father of the Industrial Revolution and is the inventor of the horsepower unit of measure. James Watt was born on January 19, 1736, to a merchant in Greenock, Scotland. When Watt was 18, he went to school in London for a year to study instrument making and then returned to work at the University of Glasgow as a mathematical instrument maker. When Watt was given a university-owned Newcomen steam engine to repair in 1763, he realized that he could improve the steam engine's efficiency drastically. By 1769, Watt patented improvements to the Newcomen steam engine, which included a separate condenser, which condensed steam without cooling the cylinder and cylinder walls, as well as rotary motion, which made it more suitable for industrial applications than the Newcomen oscillatory motion. These improvements made Watt's new steam engine approximately 4 times more powerful than its predecessors. Watt's new design was put to work pumping water from flooded mines in England, replacing the previously horse-powered pumps. Mine owners were required to pay Watt 1/3 of all the money they saved using his efficient steam engine. As a result of his work with the mining industry, Watt became very well off. In the early 1780s, coming off his huge success with the mine pumps, Watt and his partner Matthew Boulton sought to market the Watt steam engine to the London breweries. Watt saw potential for his device due to the incredibly energy-intense brewing process. In order to market his machine, Watt needed a way to describe the power and the associated benefit to his prospective brewery clients. He chose to compare it to a horse, the energy source he was hoping to replace. Watt intensely studied the brewing process and found that the typical brewing horse, when attached to a mill that ground the mash for making beer, walked in an endless circle with a 24-foot diameter, pulled with a force of 180 pounds, and traveled at a speed of 180.96 feet per minute. Multiplying the speed times the force gives 32,580 foot-pounds per minute. This value was rounded off to 33,000 foot-pounds per minute, which is the figure that is still used today.
Let me tell you what Melba's Toast is packing right here. I've got 411 posi track out back, 750 double pumper, Edelbrock intakes, scored over 30, 11-to-1 pop-up pistons, turbojet, 390 horsepower. We're talking some buck muscle.
Hey man, I know you got this thing out of a comic book. I saw the ad, $2.95. It was right next to the sea monkeys, man. You see that over there? That's white lightning. See the shoes on that thing? You gotta get some tires. These are pizza cutters, man.
For as long as the horsepower term has been around, horsepower numbers have always been used as bragging rights. But just like any other type of data, you have to really look at how the measurement was taken. Same thing goes for horsepower. An engine's power is measured or estimated at several points in the powertrain from the engine generation to its application. And you have different names for different types of measurements or estimations at each point. I'm going to just go through a few of those here real quick. Indicated horsepower is the theoretical calculation of a completely frictionless engine completely converting the expanding gas into energy. It is measured using pressure indicators in the cylinders, which give a graph of pressure versus stroke. From those graphs, work inside the cylinder can be calculated. This type of measurement does not take into account any frictional parasitic losses in the engine or drivetrain. Brake power horsepower is a measurement that does include the losses in the engine. It is measured by applying a load to the engine through a mechanical brake in order to keep it at a desired rotational speed. It is a better measurement than indicated, but it still does not take into account driveline losses, only engine losses. Wheel horsepower is measured by vehicle dynamometers, which place a load on the driving wheels through a large roller and power absorbing unit, PAU. The power is calculated by a computer based on the rotational inertia of the roller and its resultant acceleration rates and power applied by the PAU. This is the best measurement of the three types of horsepower measurements because it calculates the actual usable power that's being sent to the wheels after all of engine, drivetrain, and parasitic losses. In conclusion, the invention of the horsepower unit has greatly affected the marketability of power-producing engines and motors because it gives consumers a practical frame of reference, because no one really knows what a Newton meter second is. For this reason, I believe the horsepower unit will continue to be the unit of choice for manufacturers and consumers worldwide. Hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for your attention.